So I saw this tweet on Twitter that said, I really despise the type of person you have to act like to be successful in a corporate job. I literally hate that shit. A comment says, it's frustrating when success feels like a performance. Most days it's hard not to hate how much pretending it demands. I think there was another quote tweet that I liked. Another big reason I left corporate, it turns you into someone you don't want to be. More often than not, I just found myself saying, I just want to do my job well and have that be enough. But unfortunately, if you don't play the game, it's not enough. And obviously, the algorithm is feeding me an echo chamber of sentiment that I resonate with because I feel the exact same way. And it's part of the reason why I had to take a step back from corporate. I felt a separation of myself. I felt like I was becoming disconnected with myself. Like I would log off of work or log off for the day or come home from the day because I was hybrid. And I would be in the car. Like I know I've had a tough day if I just sit in the car silent, no music, no internal monologue, no talking to myself, nothing. I know I've had a rough day if I'm just completely silent when I get off work. On the contrary, if I had a good day, I'll be talking to myself or I'll just have like a stream of consciousness or I'll be listening to music, singing. But there were more days than not when I would come home from work and be in the car and just be dead silent because I felt like I did not know who I was. And I think I am really taking this working thing a little too deeply. Like work should not be affecting me to the point where I'm questioning my own identity. But that's what it felt like was happening. Like I would be this kind of like, as a black woman, and again, this is not everybody's story, but this is just uniquely to me. There's a certain type of personality that you have to take on. Like, you're not really allowed to be a quiet, introverted person just across the board. Like, you're not really able to be introverted in the workplace. But then, as a black woman, especially, your quietness could be perceived as like you not really being a team player, not really being collaborative, being standoffish. People might think you got an attitude. It's all of these, misconceptions about who you are. But at the end of the day, girl, I'm just quiet, maybe a little bit of ADHD sprinkled in there, maybe a little, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not that serious. I just don't have nothing to say. You know what I mean? But it's like, I would find myself having to adopt a more like chipper, semi bubbly, like I used to really lean into that when I was in my 20s. In my 30s now, I just be like, girl, whatever. But like you kind of have to lean into this like I'm thrilled to be here. And it's just like, I'm not thrilled to be here. I'm just here because capitalism demands that I be here. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, oh, someone just added an 8 a.m. meeting to my calendar. Woohoo! Like, I'm so excited. Like, it's just not that fucking serious. And like I feel like it's like this separation of like I often it's like of yourself. I often call it like a suspended reality. Like you have to suspend reality to exist in these workspaces. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I don't want to code switch. I don't want to be thrilled about everything. I don't want to hear about what your kids did over the weekend. I don't want to hear, like, you know what I mean? It's like, why we can't just come to work, do our jobs, and go home? Why we got to be thrilled? Anyways, I just wanted to say that.